It is displayed toward the beginning of the film that a few baffling outsiders known as parasites are advancing toward the city from the ocean. Then, at that point, a dozing man comes on the scene in his room. One of the parasites slithers and enters his ear. That man is aggravated, yet he returns to rest to quiet down. Presently a kid seems named Shinichi. He is listening melodies around evening time, changing earphones in his ears. That parasite attempts to enter his ear, yet of little consequence. Shinichi feels tingling and thinks of it as a bug when it goes to his nose side. He discards it while getting it. He moves to pound it. Then that parasite comes on his hand's skin in the wake of cutting it. His mom additionally shows up simultaneously. He shouts, "Look! My hand has become tainted." His hand has no difficulty when his mom actually takes a look at it. Next morning, it is shown that Shinichi feels some disturbance in his grasp when he is at the dining table. Then a man is shown whose ear was invaded. He remains before his better half. He opens his immense mouth, which was excessively awful. Furthermore, he immerses his better half's face through his enormous mouth. Furthermore, it was going on because of that parasite. Then, at that point, Shinichi comes on the scene, who meets his companion on the way, going to the school. She notices his puzzling activities. At the point when he arrives at school, then something strange was occurring with him. As his right hand got a lot of solidarity. Coming to his home, he attempts to wound his hand. Be that as it may, his hand bafflingly guards itself while halting him. Then it is shown that his hand has changed into a parasite. What's more, it was speaking with Shinichi. Further, it is shown that it used to peruse Shinichi's books as well as utilize his PC. Since it was keen on people's approaches to everyday life, Shinichi had halted it to go on when it attempted to enter his body. So it had just tainted right hand and was taking care of this hand. It announces its name Mijai. Also, it demands, "Never cut me off. I won't hurt you since you are my performer." It is showed up now that Shinichi and Mijai were making a fellowship bond. Yet, all contaminated individuals by parasites were making devastation all through the city. They were extinguishing their hunger subsequent to killing individuals. Conversely, Mijai hauls Shinichi to an inn where numerous parasites were eating the tissue of individuals. They misjudge as Shinichi is likewise contaminated so offer the tissue. Nonetheless, they continue to execute him in spite of the way that he is as yet human and not completely tainted. Be that as it may, Mijai safeguards Shinichi, going after them. Since it could likewise bite the dust with the passing of Shinichi. So he had represented itself. The fact that natives are being killed makes news imparted. Also, nobody can be familiar with the executioner, since parasites were doing it prudently and clandestinely. Shinichi shares with Mijai, "For what reason do you not confine your mate's parasites to not eat people?" Then Mijai answers, "You likewise eat vegetables and different sorts of creatures. Similarly, our food is people. So what's going on with it?" Mijai used to detect the sort of parasite in its environmental elements. Going to class, it lets Shinichi know that there is one more parasite close to you. It was nothing else except for his instructor. Seeing Shinichi, that instructor realizes that he is contaminated. However, she expresses that there is compelling reason should fear me, since I would rather not hurt people. Rather, I'm knowing the people's lifestyles so their traits may continuously stay in me. It drives him to 2 additional parasites, including a cop and an understudy. According to it, this cop is my life partner and we are anticipating a child. Furthermore, that child will a human be. Furthermore, we additionally need to carry on with our existence like people. We won't kill anybody in open since it is unharmful. Be that as it may, we need to eat in private. Will you be a piece of our gathering? Be that as it may, Mijai clashes. Following day, a similar cop comes to them. Then Mijai uncovers Shinichi, he has come to kill us. Since he had identified that we finished a parasite in an inn on that day. In the interim, cop assaults him. Mijai and Shinichi battle with him. Finally, he kills him. Coming into the house, Shinichi was feeling remorseful as he has ended a day-to-day existence. Oppositely, it is shown that Parasyte moves to one more human's body, emerging from cop's body. It was not any other individual, yet Shinichi's mom. Furthermore, she was continuing to Shinichi to kill him. Mijai opens to Shinichi, "She expects to kill you." Shinichi shares with it, "Watch out. Assuming you express something about my mom." Since he had cheerfully relationship with his mom, he never needed to lose his mom. Right away, his mom's face additionally changes into the parasite like different parasites. Also, she goes after Shinichi. He is almost to pass on account of his misuse of blood. Next morning, it is shown that he has re-established himself. Mijai tells, "You were severely harmed yet I restored your injury with my cells." Be that as it may, the compromising thing was this, as Mijai cells had moved into Shinichi. He was under a disease totally. Presently, Shinichi starts to look for his mom. In any case, he tracks down her no place. Then he gets some information about the cop, going to the educator. Yet, the educator does likewise not uncover anything. Mijai tells him, "I should rest 4 hours in a day. Around then, you should battle alone on the grounds that I won't safeguard you." Having Mijai's cells, the characteristics of Mijai had begun to show up. Presently, it is seen that an understudy had changed into a parasite. The understudy who was shown by the instructor. He takes affirmation in the school of Shinichi. He professes to be the companion of Shinichi. With the progression of time, the fact of the matter is presented to everybody as he is Parasyte. The understudy then, at that point, murders everyone. He then continues to killing Shinichi's pal. Be that as it may, Shinichi leaps off the structure, taking his companion. That educator approaches there who needed the passing of that understudy. Since her mystery might be uncovered by that understudy, she detonates bomb there, however stays safe. Police approach there, however, that understudy likewise closes the police. Mijai tells Shinichi, understudy is on the structure rooftop. Going to one more structure's rooftop, kills him while shooting bolt. Then he gets back to the instructor and requests the location from that cop who was Parasyte. Instructor lets him know the area. The parasite of that cop was still in his mom. However, it is the rest season of Mijai. That is to say, Shinichi needed to battle alone here. Some way or another, he slits the jugular of that parasite to end it. His mom and cop are finished later. Then, at that point, Shinichi is shown visiting the medical clinic to meet his companion. He is expressing that I will kill all parasites individually. Then it is shown that somebody is taking their photographs. What's more, he was a covert operative. The film, Section 1, is finished here. Presently, Part 2 of this film will be made sense of. Presently, the time following a couple of months of that episode is displayed to some extent too. At the point when military officials knew that there are parasites in the city who are going after people. Furthermore, they needed to protect them. So they let a chronic executioner out of a jail. Who could recognize the parasites from the people? People are introduced before him individually. Then, at that point, he calls everybody individuals. In any case, he becomes smart as Shinichi shows up before him. After an incredible pondering, he says that he is likewise human. Getting back to the house, Mijai lets Shinichi know that there is a parasite at a little distance of us. They visit a close by building where a parasite is eating the tissue of an individual. Seeing Shinichi, that parasite moves to Shinichi. However, Mijai places it into death. Abruptly, Shinichi faculties as somebody is behind him. He was no other person except for that individual who had taken the photographs of Mijai and Shinichi toward the finish of Part 1. Then the city chairman comes on the scene who stands up in support of parasites. He was a mischievous individual. Furthermore, that educator had harmony with him. Presently it is shown that educator had given the introduction of a human child being. That city hall leader had realized that Shinichi is killing parasites. He likewise needed to end him. Be that as it may, educator denies him. She tells Mijai and Shinichi have a place with one body. I need to perceive how they get along with one another. Killing Shinichi, our parasite Mijai will likewise know more. So she had sent that government operative after Shinichi to watch out for him. While strolling, at some point, Shinichi again faculties as somebody is behind him. That spy proposes, while spying, you ought to uncover yourself before police. According to in any case, Shinichi, no, police division is additionally brimming with numerous parasites. Shinichi comes to realize here that instructor has drawn in spy to seek after him. He shares with the educator going there, what is being finished by every one of you. For what reason do you not stop it? Then educator tells him, for what reason would you say you are killing our friends' parasites? They are yet figuring out how to eat individuals. After a period, they will quit killing them. He stays silent and he uncovers going to see that instructor is exceptionally threatening parasite. Be careful. She may likewise hurt you. In any case, Spy has little to no faith in him. Following day, Spy meets that city hall leader. He needed to affirm regardless of whether Shinichi is talking truth. So he sets the audio tape in city chairman's room. Being familiar with it, city chairman requests to kill Spy, saying, he is turned into a danger for us. He sends a parasite to his home to kill Spy. They kill his little girl since he isn't at home. Mijai illuminates Shinichi, 5 parasites are coming to go after you. A man progresses them, he was the combination of the 5 parasites. Mijai and Shinichi detonate his head while battling. They think as he is dead. Be that as it may, there was just a single parasite who had been killed. Other 4 parasites were as yet alive. Rest of the parasites are alarmed and begin taking care of him. Then, at that point, educator shares with City Hall leader, in the event that I denied you that you won't send parasites to end Shinichi and Spy. So for what reason did you do as such? Here city chairman sees that instructor was fostering the sensations of individuals in the wake of being a mother. He nauseates it and sends 3 parasites to end the instructor. Being parasite, she gets understanding as somebody is arriving at end her. Calling them to vehicle leave, she closes them while battling alone. Returning to the house, she sees that her child is absent from that point. He tracks down a note there with an assertion, come to connect for a gathering and your child is in my guardianship. In reality, Spy had left that note who needed to get payback of his dead girl, ending the existence of educator's child. That educator moves there in disarray with Shinichi. Shinichi tells Spy, you will not get anything subsequent to killing this child. Since this child has a place with human-animal varieties. Military officials likewise come there. They realize that City Hall leader had hidden numerous parasites in his structure. Presently, they were sending the structure individuals individually. They were shooting the parasites among them in the wake of finding. Chronic executioner was additionally present there. Then City Hall leader is displayed to convey his discourse. He tells that people are the genuine beasts, demolishing parasites for no great explanation. Then, at that point, the current military officials target him and end. Then, chronic executioner yells, he was person, however helping parasites. Turning around, they find that man who had 5 parasites in him. Everybody shoots him however, he gets no damage. Then it is shown that Spy is going to toss that child. Seeing, educator needs to change into parasite to save her child. She pushes her one hand into the collection of Spy. Accordingly, everybody comes to realize that she is parasite. Police begin terminating on her consistently. Also, she had realized that she will be no more at this point. She comes to hand her child over to Shinichi. As she gives this obligation to Shinichi, she promptly passes on due to getting numerous shots. Here Shinichi reminds his own mom. What's more, he fosters the human sentiments. Presently police take Shinichi for cross-examination. However, they are accounted for that a man having 5 parasites have killed the tactical officials. Then, at that point, Shinichi drives to that spot. Be that as it may, those parasites reason for his mishap, halting him. He moves to the timberland. He tells Mijai, he will distinguish me where I'm until you are with me. He demands Mijai to isolate from him. Interim, that parasite comes there. He starts to go after him. Shinichi and Mig had gotten to know now. So Mijai penances, isolating itself from Shinichi's body. It requests that Shinichi take off from that point. Mijai is killed by that parasite. As being discouraged on it, Shinichi moves to his companion's home. She deals with him by heart. While lying, he quickly notices that his arm is producing another piece of Mijai. It happened in light of the fact that Mijai's substance had moved into Shinichi's body when it had restored him. So it very well might be delivered assuming he needed it. Shinichi realizes that parasite will again distinguish my area as it has produced. So he leaves for his companion's life bidding farewell. Heading outside, he is gotten by that parasite. Arriving at a factory, he cuts a compound earthing pole into his body. However, he stays safe. According to he, what is on your mind me? I will kill other people subsequent to killing you. Furthermore, different parasites with me will rule everywhere. He is practically killing Shinichi. Out of nowhere, Mijai is recovered as his hand. It assaults on that parasite. In the meantime, there is a difficulty in his body and he becomes bothered. Mijai tells him that pole had the multi-synthetics with which you stroke him. So all parasites would rather not take the hold of his body. All parasites leave his body individually. Presently, just the skeleton had abandoned. Shinichi tosses it down into the fire, which ends his life. After an extended period of time, everything is shown routine-wise. Mijai is sharing with Shinichi, no parasite has abandoned in this world. So we shouldn't live respectively. I will be isolated from you. In any case, Shinichi disagrees. In any case, Mijai itself uncovered it. What's more, Shinichi's genuine hand shows up. Furthermore, being miserable, he starts to recollect Mijai. This moment it is shown that much opportunity has passed. Shinichi and his companion were carrying on with a cheerful existence. Furthermore, they used to go to meet that instructor's child. Out of nowhere, it is shown that Chronic Executioner had returned. He catches Shinichi's companion. He murmurs in her ear. The genuine beast is individual. Yet, Shinichi's companion tells him, the genuine beast is you. You kill individuals. On it, that Chronic Executioner pushes her down from the structure. Yet, Shinichi unexpectedly goes there and salvages her, expanding his hand. Here he understands that Mijai has helped him around here. The film's part 2 is in the end finished here.